Hey guys, welcome back to Diablo 3, and as you can see, I'm back, and I'm back in black. You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good. Here come the man in black. Alright, enough joking around. Anyway, yes guys, I am finally done going through that area and getting everything I was trying to get. I actually had to go through, for those of you who may have played this and know which area I've been in for the, lately, I went through that area 3 separate times. Yes, and if you can't tell, let me show you how much progress I had. I am now at Paragon 31. Yes. You know why? Because, take a look. I bumped up the difficulty to Torment. Because, well, my guy right now, especially with this sword, is so strong. Even on Torment, I've been, like, cruising through all these guys. And there are a lot of tough guys in this area. But, man, with this armor set, with this sword, oh, and also with some of the other things I got, like the shield, Ivory Tower. Look at that. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice strength, resistance, vitality, life. Very nice. Also, I got some new, these right here. I got these kind of wristbands or bracers. It's pretty nice. I was able to make these when I got a plan for them for the blacksmith. Also, take a look at how much gold I have now. 2 million gold. Yes. Almost 2 billion gold. But yes, I am doing pretty well in this area in terms of progress and gaining the rewards. Not that many in terms of actual legendary items, but a lot of crafting resources, which I can now drop some of these off here. And as I look at how many amazing, powerful gems I have gotten. Put all these in here so I can empty out my inventory. So, I believe we are at the area right before we encounter Adria. So there are a couple things we're going to do in terms of story and lore before we go to confront her and get our revenge. If you're wondering why I decked up myself out in black, I just kind of felt like it. I thought it looked cool. I kind of look like I'm the Black Knight, here to save King Arthur. I know the Black Knight was sometimes a villain, but remember in King Arthur's court, or a kid in King Arthur's court, the Black Knight was actually a good guy. But there are some people here that want to talk to us. What's more, Shen, he wants to talk to us. But before we talk to Shen, let's go ahead and see if there's anyone else to talk to. Some of the people over here want to have discussions. Such as this guy, Sergeant Samuels. I don't know where he came from.
I was separated from the other soldiers and surrounded by the dead when I saw him. I gazed into the face of death himself.
Whoa.
I couldn't move. I just stared as he passed through me. His touch was like ice, so cold. But something in me changed. Something I cannot understand.
Huh. Interesting.
Where are you going? I have some good news.
Good news?
I mentioned what you did to some guards I met. You could get a commendation or something when this is all over.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He doesn't seem that happy about it. I'm just saying, he was like, oh, that's fantastic. Alright, so, let's see. Anyone have anything else to say? By the way, you can see Cormac there. He has the new shield. That's a legendary shield I found, but it's not as good as what I have, so I gave it to him. Nope, nothing else here. Nope. Alright, Shen, what do you want to talk about? Oh, hold on a second. Hold on.
Our shop will be looted.
What about these two in the corner? Nope, nothing over there. Alright, let's see what Shen has to say before we go confront Adria. Zai's Joy.
Dirges was possessed by an all-consuming rage. As Zai had stolen what was most valuable to Dirges, he would take from Zai all that he held dear.
Zai deserved whatever he got. Did Dirges kill him?
Dirges took something much more dear than Zai's life. His joy. He killed everyone Zai had loved and held dear.
Wow.
Oh, then he slew Adria.
Aww.
Her light went out from the heavens. The seas wept, and the waves of their tears crashed upon the shore.
That's pretty sad. Well, if he is Zai, I think it may explain why he's tries to pass himself off as just some simple jeweler. You know, he's lost so much, he doesn't want to remember any of that. Alright, I think we've put off our revenge long enough. Nope, nope, whoops, wrong one. Alright. Alright, I think she's in here, the Great Hall. Yep. There she is.
Let's see where you've been hiding, Malthael.
Whoa.
Adria.
The angels will never suffer us to live. They cannot accept the fact that we may choose our own.
I don't know about that.
At least demons are not so rigid in their
Just because
beliefs.
Imperius feels that way doesn't mean all of them do. Auriel and Ethereal actually like us. What is she doing? Okay. Alrighty then. What makes you think she is a witch?
We will choose
She looks
our
like
own
one.
destiny, but you won't be around to see that.
Oh, I just remembered. I was actually gonna go over all the lore books that I found, and I just realized I didn't do that. Well, we'll do that after this. After this boss fight, we'll do that. We'll take a listen to all the lore books I found after this fight. This has been a long time coming, Adria.
The power in my blood sings to me.
Yeah, I can hear it. Doesn't really sound that appealing. Oh boy. I gotta say, I mean, we're already doing pretty well in terms of, you know, taking down our health.
Not yet.
And again, guys, this is on Torment. What? Oh, come on. Why did it miss her? I thought I had targeted her.
Are you really so angry because of me?
Diablo sent me a vision. He had returned, and you were the one who freed him.
You're making a lot of assumptions here.
He always finds a way. My master will return.
Well,
Too late to save you.
it's like, I want to be able to trash talk back, but my character's doing it for me. Alright, well, two things, Adria. One, you're making a lot of assumptions in regards to why I'm here.
Never even suspected.
What, that you were going to use Leah for your own evil purpose? No, I called that as soon as I met you. I always had that suspicion. Ugh. Oh, and, two, yeah, I totally expect your master to come back. I mean, after all, this game wouldn't be named after him. Would make sense that he's going to be coming back at some point. I totally expect
The
it.
fires of the burning hells cannot be extinguished.
That may be true, but then again, maybe it's not. We'll just have to see about that, won't we?
Patience.
I love that, how it stuns even bosses. Oh boy. Ah! Oh my goodness. Come on, Irena. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, we're halfway through. Let's hope she doesn't have some kind of cheap attack like Belial did. Oh no, Adria, we don't die. We multiply. It's like Babe Ruth said in The Sandlot. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. And I'm well on my way to becoming a legend. Again, I already told you. I already knew you were gonna be using Leah that way. So, no, you are totally wrong about that. I did suspect. Whew. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. There was a point there I thought I was afraid I was gonna die. Oh boy. By the way, nice to know that you decide to fashion this form of yours after Kerrigan. I'm just saying.
Heroes died.
You just love to repeat yourself, don't you? She just keeps going over there and summoning all these little blobs that keep crawling around. We almost got her. We almost got her. Alright, alright. Stun her. Yeah, here we go. We got her. We got her. She's almost done. We almost got her.
In my blood sings to me.
Not really doing that great of a job, really. I mean, seriously, if it's supposed to be singing, it's not singing very well. It's getting a rejection like Simon Cowell. Absolutely dreadful.
Of the burning hells cannot be extinguished.
Maybe, but I can extinguish you. Good riddance. Ooh. Ooh, really nice. But what I have is actually, I think is actually better. So, we're gonna keep what I have. Adria's note.
Diablo will return. I have done what I can to ensure it. He always finds a way. In your heart of hearts, you know this.
Like I said, the fact that the franchise is named after him, yeah, you do expect him to come back. So, since we're at it, since I totally forgot to do it before this boss fight, let's, oh, that's right. Let's take a listen to some of the journals I found. Let's first listen to... Huh. When did I pick this up?
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
Huh.
The first time I saw a witch, she burned. Father took me to the town square to see it. Look, he said, that is the face of evil. But she looked like any other woman, and burned like anything else. Then the flames engulfed her. Her eyes found mine, and she laughed.
I guess perhaps she knew that she was a witch in the making?
My father could never understand. He was born into privilege and wealth, and he spent every moment of his life trying to protect it. I was his flesh and blood, but he cared more about the names in books and the faces of the paintings on the walls than his living daughter.
Huh. A little bit of rejection as a kid?
Do you know what fear is? The fear of who you are. The fear of what your own blood would do if they knew what you were. No, you could never understand it. People look to you as a savior. Have you ever thought about the lives you've taken? They were fathers, lovers, daughters.
Isn't that a bit of an odd choice of words for her to use there at the end? She doesn't just say they were fathers, brothers, sons, mother. No, she specifically says fathers, lovers, daughters. I don't know about you, but that seems to be implying that she had some daddy issues. pretty bad ones.
He asked me what I see when I look into the fire. I see a burning man. I see a burning witch. I see terror and a hunger that will consume everything. What hope do the works of men have against such all-consuming hunger? I gave myself to the flames.
I wonder what she means by that. She gave herself to the flames. Does that mean she committed herself to the forces of hell, or did she actually like throw herself in flames to see if she would burn, and she actually didn't? I'm not really sure if she meant that literally or symbolically.
My father burned. He screamed as the flames consumed him, and the smell was sickly sweet. He had found me. For once in his life he had noticed me, and when he saw that the flames did not touch me, he breathed one word. It was his last.
Wow, so that's what happened to her daddy. Alright, there are the last 4 parts. It was 9 parts to this journal.
Witch, they called me, but I turned it against them. When their daughter had a child that needed to disappear, when there was a sickness that none of the healers could cure, who was it they pleaded with? When they needed me, the morality they flaunted in the daylight disappeared, as it always does.
Huh. I mean, so she's trying to make the point. It's like, look, even though they were like, she's a witch, you know, like the guys from Monty Python, when no one was around or looking, they still sought her help for certain issues.
The first time I heard him, his voice pierced my skull. It reminded me of the cold and haughty sound of my father, but it was more. A crush of thousands of voices. When I heard him, I saw the flame, and I knew fear.
I guess she's talking about Diablo.
It was a man who came to my bed that night, but when I looked into his eyes, I saw the other, though even he did not know at the time. I did not hear the man's voice, no. I heard the other, the one that has been with me for all these years. I gave myself to him.
Oh my! Well, I guess we know what happened between her and the Dark Wanderer, and that she didn't see Aiden, that she immediately saw that it was Diablo within him.
Leah was never my daughter. She was Diablo's daughter, in truth. I felt blessed to have given the product of my body to my master. He had no interest in me, but in the product of my womb he found life again. I never flinched when I knew her purpose. Daughters are a cheap thing.
Huh. Well, I guess that explains why she didn't really care about Leah and why she had no problem at all using her to bring Diablo back. That she always knew that she was never really her daughter, that she was just Diablo's means to come back into this world as a vessel. So that explains that. And like I said, I'll talk about this more in the credits when I discuss how I feel about this. Alright, so there were some other journals I found that I'm kind of wanting to play for you guys. Let me see if I can find them here. Not these. I'm looking here. Oh, here's one I found in an event called The Last of the Ancients.
When I look upon our weakened offspring, I'm filled with rage. Killing them is a mercy, but one I have been unable to extend to myself. I must seek another to do what I cannot, before the endless days drive me to madness.
Well, it didn't work, because he still, well... Oh, here's another thing. There was a event I encountered back in town where I ran to this kind of crazy hermit guy, and he attacked me because he apparently didn't want to die. And, well, this is why it's called The Ravings of a Deranged Mind.
I can hear them. The voices speak to me again. What? Death is coming? But I can't die. I can't. I am too important to have my life just thrown away. Please, tell me how I can avoid my fate. You want me to do what? Must I? Oh, yes. Yes, I will. I swear it. I will do anything.
I mean, I don't remember if I actually recorded that side mission there, or if you guys saw that, so... Alright, so, also while I was going through this temple to get to Adria, I came across this journal called the Testament of Rachis, you know, the former king of Westmarch here, this city. Let's hear what he had to say.
I have uncovered and obscured an ancient tome in whose pages is recorded an impossible tale. The secret history of a race called the Nephilim, gods by another name, and their ruinous civilization in the West. If this is true, how could all signs of these Nephilim be lost, but for the record of this single tome?
How could they be gone indeed? You'll find out.
The Nephilim were not gods, but our own ancestors, gifted with long life, magic, and abilities far beyond ours. Yet they were still men. I wonder if these pages hold the key to unlock their powers once again.
I mean, this is kind of going over the whole thing where he discovered the, you know, what we already know about how the humans used to be the Nephilim because they were descended from Anarius and Lilith. So he's just kind of discovering this. Because remember, there was a point where it seemed like all references to them in history were wiped out. But apparently he was able to find a tome to explain it, and he's trying to uncover the mystery.
I will bring the light of Zakharum to the heathens. Here in the east, the power of Zakharum wanes, but in the west it will rise, stronger and greater than ever. Yet I have another purpose. The lost Nephilim city of Corvus lies in the west. I will find it.
Huh. So he was clearly determined.
We founded a settlement near the Western Sea. It will grow to be a great city in time. Now that my people are settled, I can begin my own search for the ruins of the Nephilim city, Corvus. The tome implied that it was near this very region.
And that is the region, or the Nephilim city that we went through to get to Adria, is Corvus, because we had to, basically, the big area, one of the reasons why it was so big and us running around is we had to find these pillars that pointed which of the ruins was actually the one that Adria was in, the actual ruins of Corvus, as opposed to just a couple other places. But you can still go in there to find these testaments, as well as get more experience and more gold and more loot. Part 5.
We have begun searching the marsh for the ruins of Corvus. This stinking, festering swamp is punctuated by worn blocks of stone. Perhaps these ancient sentinels are all that remain of the proud Nephilim city. No, there is more to be found. I know it. Last night, I found the ruined Nephilim city. When I stepped into the buried catacombs, I felt a stirring in my blood. And then a wondrous thing. A dim light began to glow all around me, not cast by any torch. It was as though the very stones acknowledged my presence.
Huh.
The Nephilim had such a strong connection to the light that it granted them powers far beyond our own. But I believe that through the light they can be reborn in us. Thus I have consecrated Westmarch, a shining beacon in the west. I have taken for my sigil the Wolf of Corvus, and proclaimed myself king.
So he was checking to see whether or not the Nephilim could be brought back.
A decade later, the power of the Nephilim still escapes me. Something long ago stole it from them and keeps it hidden, even today. I have found mention of an artifact called the World Stone, hidden in the barbarian lands. Now that my son is born, I have rallied my banners to ride to war against them.
And, of course, we remember that Inarius used the World Stone to pretty much nerf the Nephilim back into just regular humans.
Years on, the barbarians remain unconquered, and I am a man grown old and frail. My life has seen the founding of Westmarch and the discovery of the Nephilim ruins. But still, the deeper secrets elude me. I leave the task to my son, in whose blood shall carry forth the line of Nephilim kings.
I don't recall who his son is. I may have to look that up to see if anyone knows. But it is kind of interesting. Alright, now there was another set of journals here, the Deserters journals, that I found that I thought were a little interesting.
We are fighting a battle that was lost before it had even begun. To follow the Black King into a war against Westmarch was folly of the highest order. Each day only brings us closer to complete and utter defeat, but our commanders refuse to surrender. It is decided. We will flee this doomed war. I had hoped to find solace in this decision, but it brings only more uncertainty. We will never see our homes again, and our names will be dishonored. But what choice do we have? Certain death in the service of a madman? We found what was left of Ralston yesterday. The wretched creatures of the Borg seized us without warning. We are being punished by the gods. I would laugh if I had the energy. We fled the war to save ourselves, but it seems death already knew our names. This cave has killed even more of us than the Borg we thought to escape. We must leave at once. But to where? The only choice left to us is where to die. We are men without a country, shamed and cursed for fleeing an unjust war. We should have stayed and died with our honor intact. Instead, we are slaughtered like pigs by beasts that feed on our remains. Death on the battlefield would have been far better than the fate we have chosen.
Alright, so there you go. So yeah, that was, and of course there are some other beast lore there. So yeah, those were some of the cool lore books that I was able to find. Again, you have to play that area more than once if you want to get all of them. So Lorath, I noticed where I think she spotted where Malthael could be.
Before she died, Adria conjured an image of Pandemonium.
Pandemonium.
She was searching for Malthael, so he must be there.
So, we gotta talk to Tyrael at the Survivors Enclave, so let's head back. Ew, look at those little maggots there. Let's get out of here. Good riddance that Adria's finally gone. We finally got our revenge on her. Well, let me go over here and salvage my stuff I found and prepare. There we go. Alright. Now, let me drop some of this stuff off here. Alright, let's see if there are any other conversations. In fact, let me go see if that guy who I think had it knew it was Adria. Yeah, the guy down here in this corner. Let's see if he's got anything new to say. Ah, he does. And she does.
I don't think he will live much longer. Whatever secret he learned will surely be lost with him.
He saw Adria. The witch is dead now.
No.
Huh.
But why? Why would someone do this?
Because she was a witch.
To keep her master's secrets.
Yep. She was very dedicated to Diablo. And right to the very end. But I know she's right. Somehow, some way, he's gonna find a way to come back. Ooh, Miriam.
See? Aren't you happy I didn't tell you beforehand that Adria would turn into a hideous monster?
Why would that make me happy?
You always seem so calm. I thought you'd enjoy a surprise or two. Petty details would have just served to distract you.
Ah, Miriam. You picked the worst time for these kinds of things. Alright, let's go talk to Tyrael.
It seems our friend Malthael is in Pandemonium.
No doubt he has gone to the fortress.
Huh, great.
Malthael can hold out there until the end of time. He is forcing us to come to
Fine,
him.
we'll go after him.
He's clever, delaying us while his power grows with each moment.
The only way to Pandemonium is through the high heavens.
Great.
Let us leave at once.
Huh. Not through a sewer this time.
Oh, fantastic. Because you know that Imperius is just going to be so excited to see us. He's going to be like, "What are you doing here? I told you I would kill you the next time I see you." So you know he's just going to be so happy to see us.
Lara! Peter!
Have you lost someone?
Oh, it's my children. They're out playing a game, but I'll find them soon enough.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sergeant?
I now know death better than I know the shape of my hand or my own sword. Hendel charged into battle at my side. I'd known him since I enlisted, but when I looked at him that night, I had a vision. I saw the faces of the men he had killed, and I saw that he would not live to see the morning.
That's sad.
According to the records, King Rackus had a strong jaw, hair as black as night, and wore gleaming armor over his muscular...
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, what was I talking about?
Oh my goodness, this lady wants to keep talking.
Every time Westmarch is invaded, a hero appears to save it. History is much easier to write with a strong protagonist.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness, lady. I have stuff to do.
Built much of Westmarch during their time. The ruins and the marshes outside the city may be their work too. Of course, whenever I ask the Crown for gold to further my excavations, there's always a more pressing matter at hand.
Okay, are you done? For now. This lady's starting to become less of a scholar and just like a really lonely woman. I just want to talk to someone. Ooh, hello. Hello, Emily.
We can't start to rebuild until we know that the one who caused this devastation is dead.
I am still searching for him. I swear to you, he will pay.
I hope so.
Oh my. Miriam?
So, now it's on to pandemonium? You'll see a world only a few humans have laid eyes on before.
Let's hope it's more impressive than the heavens.
The beauty of life is lost on you, isn't it?
I love how he's like, the high heavens aren't that great. He's like, I was there. It's alright. It wasn't that impressive. That was so great. Shen? Zai's sorrow.
In the end, Zai trapped Dirges in the ruby Lyria had worn. Zai kept the stone around his neck as a reminder. In time, though, the burden grew too great to bear, and he cast off the stone. His divinity? Everything. Where there once stood a young god, there was now just an old man.
An old man?
Uh-huh.
So the story says.
Oh, Shen. You think you're so clever. Ooh, Cormac wants to talk. Hold on a second. Peace of mind.
When I was forced to admit my beliefs were wrong, I was lost. I was afraid I would always feel that way. But instead, a sense of calmness has come over me. I'm no longer at war with myself.
A false belief will hold you back in the same way a true belief will set you free. Now you have your freedom, Cormac.
Nice. That's very nice. Alright, so looks like we're done with the conversations for now. When we come back, we will be joining Tyrael as we head to back to the high heavens to head to Pandemonium so we can go after the Angel of Death, Malthael. Stay tuned!